I'm Alan Kenny, Managing Editor with REIT.com, and I'm at the New York Hilton for REITweek 2012, NAREIT's Investor Forum. Joining me is Adam Markman, Managing Director with Green Street Consulting. Adam, one of the big trends that we've seen lately is C corporations adopting REIT status, and then another group of conversions that are happening, non-traded REITs. What's going on there?
Well, the non-traded REITs are typically finite-life vehicles, so they have to have some sort of liquidity event for their shareholders. And the most obvious one of those is to come public and to list their shares on the stock exchange. So I think you have that fact driving the bus primarily, but also you have the pressure that they're getting from FINRA and the SEC as it involves mark-to-market for their product. And then lastly, I think an IPO allows management teams that have been together to stay together as opposed to selling their companies.
And staying with this theme of changing status, a few years back prior to the financial crisis, we saw a lot of public companies going private. There's been some talk that maybe we'd see some of those now private companies come back public. Any chance of that happening in the near future?
Well, I think there's a chance. I don't think it's a terrific chance. I don't think that we'll see a wave of those companies come back, but I do think we'll see them. Primary driver is that they're typically big companies, that the companies that privatized them aren't typically in it for the long haul, so there's going to be some need for liquidity over time. And lastly, they're run by management teams that are sort of tried and true in the public markets, and that'll make that transition a little bit easier.
And what kind of lessons do you think that the private companies can learn from publicly traded REITs?
The publicly traded REITs are a terrific laboratory for private companies to observe. There's over 100 companies that are trying out different strategies and capital structures and whatnot, and there are quite a few lessons that the public side can teach the private side. Things like how to manage your capital structure and how to align the interests of management with the shareholders, and corporate governance and some of the pitfalls of making the wrong external growth strategies. Those are all things that we can see in the public market and that are very applicable to the private side as well.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And for more on this and other REIT news and analysis, check out REIT.com.